You are listening to an original message from the reader currently known as Jason Ashanti McDaniel of Madam Jason's Tarot. Dear spirit guides of the highest benevolence, only those that are able to help out with the reading, please help out. And then when you are done, you are not earthbound. You could go back to doing whatever source appoints you to do. Please deliver the most clear, concise, synchronistic, and accurate messages for the Cancer Collective concerning whatever they need to hear about their money right now. Please bless those that bless me, curse those that curse me. To anyone sending me or the tribe negative energy, may that energy be returned to sender 3 times fold immediately. Amen, Ashe, and thank you very much. Okay, I just need to get one more here, guys. Usually like to get 4 from this deck. It's a really great deck to help you anchor the lens in which you should look at the reading, because it's literally just symbols and then you use your intuition to put it all together. Okay, my deck's kind of mixed up, so I'm not going to take the oracles in reverse, but at the bottom of the deck we have trust here. We have nature spirits, spiritual cleansing, relief, and affluence. So with nature spirits and spiritual cleansing, if you're not already doing this, now is a really good time to do what I'm doing. Go outside and ground, even if it's literally just your backyard or your patio, no matter how small your living area is. And nature spirits also, to me, it's like the energy of cats in your neighborhood that are always staring at you, seeing a lot of animals that represent different things. For example, a few months ago, it was my first time ever seeing a vulture, and I live in California, so I'm not used to stuff like that. But there was a vulture that was on my fence, and I see a lot of spiders, moths. I think I saw a crow around that same time that I saw the raven, and because I'm in my backyard, I see squirrels a lot too. So if you just have a basic understanding of what animals represent, I feel like the universe is talking to you a lot through animals. Ravens and crows usually give me Scorpio energy, transformation. It's not always about death, but just transformation. Flies. So everything in the universe, I feel like when it was created, it had a neutral or a positive purpose. So I used to look at things like gnats and flies and maggots as only negative, things like crows and ravens, but all of those animals could represent transformation too. And because this is a money reading, maybe there's something, if you're trying to have your manifest having your own business or getting paid to literally exist, like a lot of people are trying to do right now. I feel like you've been seeing a lot of like Scorpio type spirit animals. With spiritual cleansing, you might need to smudge, or maybe that's something that you're already doing. Cancer is a very sensitive sign, and we're naturally empathetic, we're naturally clairsentient, but some of you might have that spiritual gift of clairsentient. That's why the energy of you grounding and cleansing your aura is super important for this reading. Now might be a good time for you to buy new crystals, cleanse your crystals, reset tarot decks, smudge tarot decks. And, you know, a lot of people highly recommend moonstone for cancers. I actually think that citrine is my favorite crystal just because of what it does for me. So I think just researching crystals that are good for cancers, or just crystals that are good for whatever purpose that you're trying to have. And then with relief here, I feel like you've been stressed about something, but you're trying not to let it bother you. And I do feel like I might use golden mantras for this reading, because I feel like you're learning to trust the universe, and there's a positive message that can come from that as well. And then the end result is affluence. So affluence isn't just about money, but it's also about notoriety and being popular or being well known or well liked. So You know, for Cancer, I do channel a lot of other Cancer tarot readers that are trying to do this online thing. And some of you could have more followers than me, but you probably are subscribed to me or you're attracted to my energy because I have affluent energy. I was also told by the medium that did my Akashic records that I was affluent in all of my past lifetimes. I'm seeing 7:11 a.m. on the clock right now. And it's kind of hard for me to believe that because I am a middle-class Black woman. I've never missed a meal in my life. I've never been homeless. I've been evicted a few times. I've gone without. There were some times when I didn't eat what I wanted to eat, but like I said, I never missed a meal. And I've never really considered myself poor. And especially now I'm not, because it's kind of hard when you come from multiple cultures where scarcity mindset is what people have been programmed to stay in. And when I say multiple cultures, I mean being Black, but also in a larger aspect being an American, because Americans, just like, I honestly feel like every culture is like this now, but especially Americans, we've always been like this, where we always want more. Or like, it's like Americans feel so pressured to have type A personalities or to have all these gadgets and gizmos to keep up with other people, but we are one of the most depressed nations. And the fact that we are the nation that has the most serial killers too really shows you like the low vibrations that people are at out here. I'm also seeing 616, which is work-life balance, and 717, bravery. That's another thing that people don't really realize about Cancers, is that we're actually very brave and actually very strong. It takes a lot to be a Cancer. And sometimes you could self-regulate all you want, but your mood is still not up to par. And it's just really difficult being a natural empath and just soaking up everybody else's energy as well, along with your own. Okay, for the most prominent physical features, we have head wrap. We have coily hair. Someone who wears their hair natural and is Black could be significant. And then with this big stack here, we have afro, dimples, brown eyes, and Latin. Someone can even be Afro-Latin. We also have Hawaiian/Pacific Islander, gray eyes, and straight teeth. So I've never actually met anyone who had gray eyes, so this is just kind of like my eyelashes, eyebrows on fleek card, and this sometimes serves as my fake smile card. But this could just mean that anything is significant about someone's mouth. They could wear tooth jewelry, braces, grills. Something about their mouth is significant. They could even have missing teeth, even though there is a missing teeth or tooth card in this deck. Because I see gray eyes and brown eyes, I just heard something about someone's eyes changing colors, or maybe someone likes to wear contacts. So someone could be a cosmetologist, a makeup artist, or maybe they like to do special effect makeup. You could also be a thespian or a theater person. I don't have an H yet, but someone could be from Ohio because I see 2 O's and an I. Accent is now here in the tile, so someone could have a very strong accent. It could just be based off of, you know, the state that you're from, but I just pictured Sophia. I always forget what her last name is. I think she's actually a Cancer. So that might be double confirmation, but the really like sensual lady that has the strong Spanish accent, who's usually like a background character or a mistress in a lot of movies that she plays. looks like Sofia Vergara or something like that. And you could also be whatever her nationality is. I don't remember if she's like Colombian or something like that. Okay, so I just want to make sure that I have enough letters here to actually make words. So let me just grab something that I don't see here. So sometimes what can come out in the tiles is what you recently ate or what you plan on eating today. I do see syrup here, but I'm also hearing something about someone coming from Canada. And I recently tried this Vermont syrup from Trader Joe's, and I looked in the tiles and I do see Vermont here, so someone could be from Vermont. You could also work in the restaurant industry. I do see IHOP here too, so someone could work at a place that serves breakfast. I don't know if I said this already or not, but I think someone's trying to manifest having full-time hours or get a job with benefits because they might need to work on their teeth. And someone may not have insurance right now. Someone's name could be Sanjay, Sarah. I see the goddess Oshun in here, so some of you could be into Ifa. I see the name Jason. I see Vince or Vincent. No, just Vince. Vince or Vance. Some of you are trying to manifest getting a car or two. Someone's name could be Janice, Ashley. Someone could be Jewish too, because I'm looking in the tiles and I see Purim. And I think Jewish energy does come out a lot for particular signs like Cancer too. Cancer and Pisces. And here we go again with that name Sochi and that name Quincy. Two people who I haven't met yet. But every other name that I see in the tiles, I've met a person who had that name. I grabbed 2 O's because recently for Cancer, when I grab the tiles, I keep grabbing 2 O's and then it ends up spelling moon. Cancers are ruled by the moon, which is why they are a moody sign, and the moon does a lot of things, but also your moon sign could be significant. I might possibly use Astro Alignment or Moonology because we do have a new moon in Cancer coming up, and in the Moonology deck, the new moon in Cancer card says a personal issue reaches resolution. So I feel like some sort of shadow work that you have done recently is going to lead you to better money opportunities. I'll be right back though, because I just realized that I left 2 of the decks that I want to use in my room. So we're already halfway through. Hopefully I won't need to use a lot of tarot to get the story with this, and then we can conclude with oracle decks and maybe some charm casting. Interesting. So at the bottom of the tarot deck right now, what we have is Ace of Swords in the reverse, which could represent not speaking your truth, unclear communication, lack of mental clarity. Because the Hamza hand has an eye on it, there might be something about someone, their third eye chakra is either, I would say it's unbalanced, because I feel like you've already, been through your awakening where it's open. Someone could have a third eye chakra, or maybe even a throat chakra that's kind of jumbled up right now. And the throat chakra stuff might be due to Mercury retrograde, but I'm hearing that someone might have throat chakra and third eye chakra blockages because they're trying to do readings right now and none of their readings are making sense. And that might go with what I said about someone needing to cleanse their deck. But we have Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. We have Temperance in the reverse. We have the Empress upright, which I love. And we also have the King of Cups upright. So right now we have Taurus, Sagittarius, Libra, and Pisces showing out here. And then Gemini and Aquarius too with the Ace of Swords, which represents all air signs. But Seven of Pentacles in reverse could represent wasting your talents, because I like to see the pentacled suit as a parable of the talents, especially Seven of Pentacles. Wasting your talents, investing in the wrong thing. Some of you might have changed your profession or your field of interest multiple times, especially if you're in college, especially community college, because Cancers are cardinal signs, so sometimes we come off as being indecisive, but we're very multifaceted, so that's why we do stuff like that. And I was thinking to myself, I feel like this Seven of Pentacles reverse represents impatience with timing. And then right after I was thinking that, now we have Temperance in the reverse. Some of you could feel yourselves being very frustrated, being very emotional, like crying a lot. And I just want to say that Cancers are stereotyped as a crybaby sign, but people don't understand being sensitive isn't just about crying 24/7. When I cry well and I just let it out, but I don't cry over everything. So there's like this minstrelly depiction of Cancers just crying all of the time. Being sensitive actually means that all of your emotions are heightened. People forget that Cancers are the most, they're a sign that actually has an angry side. And while Cancers are very sweet, you don't want to mess with their shadow side. You don't want to piss a Cancer off, because there's a total 360. And I'm not saying that anybody would kill anybody or hurt anybody, but there's a reason for everything. The reason why I felt called to talk about, how a lot of serial killers are from the US, people also say that the #1 sign of serial killers is Cancers, which I didn't know. But the reason why I'm bringing all that up is just to prove the point that, people who are docile or mild-mannered, you could tick them off at some point. Not saying that the victims deserve to die or anything like that, but we also have the Empress, which could represent law of attraction. It is a pregnancy card. The Empress is Venus energy too, so it does represent beauty. And there was something, I think when I was scrying in the tiles, I was picking something up about glamour magic, like you buying yourself clothes, writing sigils, like putting your foundation on, but using the concealer, drawing a sigil for beauty or something like that. Working with the goddess Oshun, that is definitely like a fertility goddess, and also a goddess that people usually revere because she represents beauty. And even seeing the yellow in the back reminds me of Oshun, because that's her favorite color. That could also go back to me feeling like you need to wear yellow more, or maybe you need some citrine. And I literally just told Gemini this in their 60-minute, I think. So you could have Gemini placements as well, or be a Gemini Cancer cusper. And even though King of Cups is literally Pisces, this might resonate with masculine Cancers too. But usually when I see King of Cups, I think love reading. So we're definitely going to clarify this guy to see why he's showing up here in a love reading. What's been coming out for a lot of people is that they're experiencing money blockages, and love comes out in their money readings because they are in a soul tie with someone and their abundance is kind of connected to them. That doesn't mean that you should be codependent or you can't build your empire before you come into union with this person or reunion. But for a lot of you, you are meant to like share the responsibility of having your own business or sharing resources with someone else. And I know 7th house, ruled by Libra, represents partnerships like that. But apparently you can see in your natal chart what sign your 7th house is in. I'm kind of intermediate when it comes to natal chart, so I can't give you more information on that, unfortunately. So why is Temperance in the reverse? I feel like Temperance in the reverse and Seven of Pentacles in the reverse are talking about the same thing, but I'm going to go ahead and clarify Temperance because that one is a major arcana. So we can get straight to the point of what led up to you feeling this way. Two of Swords in the reverse. I feel like some of you are frustrated because you're not seeing your business grow as fast as you want it to, but also I feel like in a romantic sense, some of you have wanted to hear from someone by now, and I don't feel like they're unblocking you, or I don't feel like they're communicating with you right now, which could be why we saw Ace of Swords reversed as well. You could feel like someone's not making up their mind between you and a third party. Some of you could also be experiencing loneliness, or you might have fake friends around you, because Three of Cups reversed could represent gossip or a karmic friend group. And people always forget, you could be in third-party situations with friends too. It's not just about lovers. Yeah, Page of Wands reversed. So I feel like there's a petty person that has been gossiping about you, and I feel like that might be why you need to do positive glamour magic on yourself, because I feel like someone else is doing negative glamour magic on you, especially if you work in the beauty industry. But with positive glamour magic, it's doing things like writing affirmations on yourself with roller oil bottles, taking care of yourselves, giving yourself affirmations. But negative glamour magic, because glamour magic is literally just anything that you can do to change of how a person sees you. I feel like there's people who are talking about you, but I don't know why. It could just be because of competition reasons. It could be because they're jealous of you. For some of you, there's a third party that's stalking you and you don't even know who this person is. So let's clarify the Empress here. Two of Wands upright. I feel like that's still talking about someone who's debating whether or not they should come towards you, but the bottom line is you stay still and you attract with the Empress here. And if someone's not reaching out to you and that's what you want, it has nothing to do with your self-worth or your beauty or anything like that. It's about them being insecure and indecisive as well. For some of you, you could be dealing with someone in a long-distance relationship too with the Two of Wands. Okay, we have Queen of Pentacles. I want to use Emoji Oracle because I feel like this person, they view you very highly. I did just see King of Pentacles at the bottom of the day. But with the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles, I mean, you've gone through some sort of money glow up ever since the separation with affluence here. And I feel like that is attracting this person to you even more. They were already attracted to you. But let's see, what is the King of Cups here about? I'm looking at the Pacific Islander and the Latin card, and what I'm getting is someone could like to wear cultural clothes. I'm even getting that with this one. But someone could be a dancer, because I'm just picturing those Mexican women that like to twirl in the skirts, or someone dancing in a hula skirt. But that could also go with what I was picking up about someone being a thespian or a theater person. So you might like to act or do something that involves you being on a stage. But that goes back to beauty industry and pageant energy as well. Very specific scenario for someone, but if, let's say you are auditioning for a reality TV show, maybe this person who's the King of Cups, King of Pentacles could be the person who hosts the show, and maybe they're attracted to you. But with the King of Cups, we have Death here, which represents transformation. I'm liking that so far, but what is it that they are transforming? Some of you, I'm just going to go out and say that this person from your past could be an earth sign. Usually when you're in a twin flame connection, it's like you two learn from each other's strengths and weaknesses. So this person is showing up in King of Cups energy. I feel like they learned how to be more in tune with their emotions and their intuition through you. And I feel like if this person is an earth sign and they're good at, you know, being stable, you're coming out as Queen of Pentacles and the Empress, which are both earth sign energies, because you've learned to be more financially stable from them, or you've learned to be more grounded through this person. And then we have Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, which is another Taurus card. King of Cups, the Death card, Knight of Pentacles reverse. Someone could just be like putting something to a close right now. They could also be spiritually cleansing because twin flames mirror each other. But the time is not right to reach out with you with Knight of Pentacles reverse, because they could be experiencing karma or some sort of delay recently. Because this is a long distance relationship for some of you, I feel like something may have happened to their vehicle. And then we have the moon here, which could represent anxiety, fear, obscurity, but it could also represent illumination. So I just need to see why the moon card is here. Four of Wands upright? Why is that coming out underneath the moon? Maybe you could have told someone we're twin flames and you've said it to them a few times, but they had to come to a realization themselves. Justice in the reverse, lack of balance, lack of fairness, but the Four of Wands represents harmony. So it could be that someone's also recognizing their faults. And I feel like with the King of Cups, they have a lot of emotions. They have a lot of things that they could say to you, but they're gathering their words and they're trying to sort things out, because this person kind of doesn't really know what they want in life. Three of Cups reversed, but the Empress, this is the classic story of someone who doesn't know if they want a high vibrational divine feminine or if they're not ready to mature and they still want to play games. But it might be destined for you to come into union with this person. I'm just going to keep it at that. I'm not going to make it more difficult than it needs to be, because the story is very clear to me. Okay, I also see agent. So someone could be a writer and maybe they're trying to get published. Me picking up on, the Wheel of Fortune and something about a competition, maybe someone's going to manifest finding the right agent soon. And I do see ocean in the tiles too. So maybe someone has been trying to, they've been trying to ground by being in their element, and Cancer is a water sign. So maybe some of you have been trying to get into some water more, go swimming, taking salt baths, connecting to water deities like Oshun and Yemaya. Okay, actually, it was the full moon in Cancer that says a personal issue reaches resolution. The new moon card in this deck says you and your loved ones are safe. I thought it was the opposite way around. But yeah, we're about to experience the new moon in Cancer on the 14th. For Moonology, you have balance, spirituality, and practicality, full moon in Pisces. Some of you could have Pisces in your chart. But this is basically saying like manifest or balance manifesting by doing spell work, things like candles, and also doing financial things like journaling and vision boards of how you want to grow your business, but also the physical aspect, doing whatever you can to improve your situation, and whatever you can't do, just leave it to the divine to handle. And then we have Gibbous Moon. You're very close to achieving your goal. Even though the Seven of Pentacles is in the reverse, you might have had some setbacks too with the Knight of Pentacles too, but overall I see you ultimately reaching your goal. Cancer is not the type of sign that gives up. I mean, honestly, all of the cardinal signs are very tenacious. Okay, at the bottom of Astro Alignment, we have medium Kaale, midheaven direction, reputation. natal chart is a perfect example to explain what I want to explain, because I talked about 7th house ruled by Libra, and this is a money reading. And with medium Kaale, there's something about you starting over or rebooting a business with reputation, and I feel like you're gonna gain more subscribers, more followers with affluence. I literally have Libra in my medium Kaale. We have sextile. I knew that this was gonna come out, or I didn't really necessarily know it was going to come out, but I was thinking about this when I was talking about how you could be Cancer watching this, and then your person could be an earth sign, because sextile is the 6 signs that you're most compatible with. So Cancers are compatible with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, other water signs, and earth signs. So for a lot of you, this person from your past is in your sextile, and Taurus energy comes out a lot in Cancer. Cancer energy comes out a lot in Taurus when it comes to love situations. Just throwing that out there. So you could watch my Taurus playlist, but you could also watch my Cancer playlist. I think I'm going to link my Taurus playlist at the end of this one and a Cancer video. But we have Taurus, tactile, grounded, stable. We also have air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, but it says expansive, intellectual, inquisitive. You could have a lot of air in your chart, but also you could be receiving a lot of communication from people that watch you online, from jobs that you've applied to, from people from your past, because we're in Mercury retrograde. Moon, void, of course, disconnect, withdrawal, reception. One thing that I find myself doing a lot as a cardinal sign, especially as a Cancer, is I'll have an idea or I'll be passionate about something. I'll put it down, but I always end up coming back to it. Like YouTube, for example. This is my 2nd time doing a tarot on YouTube, starting it from scratch. And for the BookTube channel, I'm going to start that over again, and it'll be my 3rd time starting that over. But the point is, I'm destined to do this, and I'm still reaching my goals with the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. So don't be afraid of how long it takes you to reach your goal, because your story is your story. Don't compare yourself to the competition with the 3 of Cups reverse. We have psyche, soul, consciousness, mind. Some of you could have like a Taurus psyche or an earth sign in your psyche, meaning that you just think very stable, or sometimes your psyche or your eros talk about what you're attracted to, but you and your twin can have the same psyche, or you could have the same moon sign, or just something that represents how you express your emotions and how you look at things. And then we also have Scorpio, deep, intense, transformative. So we do have the Death card here, which is very strong Scorpio energy. I know I said I would do emoji oracle. I know I said that I would charm cast, but I really don't want to make this video too long. I'm already at like 40 minutes now, so I'm going to have to cut it down. What you can do, though, is you could watch other videos on my channel. And also, I'm getting ready to do your 60-minute, and lately the 60 minutes have kind of been extended for the 30. So there might be continuous themes or some of the same cards in the 60-minute as well. Hopefully you like this video. If you like the way how I do tarot, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media platforms, and I will see you guys in the next one.